Toyota paint recall, ceramic coating reliability, 2026 Toyota Camry colors, and the devastating reality of clear coat peeling are the primary topics keeping used car buyers and detailers in a state of constant frustration right now. But there is a brutal, research-backed truth about why your car's finish is failing that the manufacturers are desperate to blame on environmental factors, rather than their own engineering shortcuts. Why is it that a 1990s Hilux can sit in the Australian outback for 30 years and still have a solid finish, while a 5-year-old Toyota Corolla or RAV4 in a suburban driveway is already seeing sheets of white paint flake off the pillars in the roof? If you have been looking at your super white or blizzard pearl Toyota and wondering if the sun is slowly eating your investment, your GearHead instinct is only half right, because the real killer is a chemical failure that starts years before you ever see the first bubble. By the time you finish this deep technical breakdown, you will understand the precise metallurgical and chemical reasons why modern water-based paints are fundamentally less durable than the toxic single-stage paints of the past. You will uncover the hidden intercoat adhesion flaw that has triggered massive service campaigns across North America and Europe. And you need to stay tuned until the very end, because I'm going to reveal the one specific chemical found in almost every automated car wash that acts as a catalyst for clear coat delamination. It is a specific pH level event that determines exactly when your paint officially gives up the ghost. If you want car content that treats you like an adult with a brain and a budget to protect rather than just another target for a paint protection upsell at the dealership, take a second to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Every car has a story, and we're here to decode the ones that the industry is trying to wash away with marketing fluff and fancy wax. To understand why Toyota paint is ruining so many ownership experiences in 2026, we first have to address the massive global shift in automotive coating technology. For decades, car paint was solvent-based and thick, providing a massive physical barrier against the elements. But to meet strict environmental regulations in the US, Europe, and Asia, Toyota and every other major manufacturer had to switch to water-borne paint systems. From a veteran engineering perspective, water-borne paint is an incredible achievement for the planet, but it is a disaster for long-term mechanical bonding. These modern coatings are significantly thinner, measured in microns that are often half the thickness of what we saw in the 90s. When you combine this thinness with the high-output production lines of the 2026 market, the flash time between the primer, the base coat, and the clear coat has been compressed to the absolute limit. The honest truth is that many modern Toyotas leave the factory with a weak bond between the electro-dip primer and the color coat, creating a structural instability that no amount of waxing can ever truly fix. The first major flaw that actually ruins Toyota paint is what engineers call delamination by solar loading, but it isn't the UV rays themselves doing the damage. The real culprit is the coefficient of thermal expansion. In models like the 2026 RAV4 or the Tacoma, the metal panels expand and contract as they heat up in the sun. Because the super white paint code 040 and blizzard pearl paint code 070 use a specific pigment structure that doesn't include the same bonding agents found in darker metallic colors, the paint cannot stretch at the same rate as the metal beneath it. I've talked to dozens of collision repair experts who are seeing these paints simply let go from the primer. This isn't just a cosmetic issue, it is a manufacturing defect where the primer remains on the car while the color and clear coat fly off in the wind. Dads across the globe are realizing that their reliable Toyota has a skin that is essentially disposable, and while Toyota has issued extended warranty programs for specific white colors, the ugly truth is that many owners are being left out of these programs because their specific VIN number hasn't failed enough yet. If your wife or teenage kid gets a low tire light on a dark highway at 10 p.m., what's their plan? Sitting stranded on a shoulder or waiting an hour for a tow truck is a liability no family man should accept. A practical head of household keeps a lithium cordless inflator in every trunk. This Fantic unit inflates a tire in 74 seconds, auto shuts off at exact factory PSI, and doubles as an emergency flashlight and phone charger. Protect your family and your peace of mind. Direct Amazon link is in the pinned comment and description below. The industry is counting on your ignorance to keep their service base full and their resale values high. If you want to stop being a victim of these manufacturing traps and start maintaining your car based on engineering facts rather than dealership myths, you need to arm yourself with the right knowledge. I've put the mechanical cheat codes and the hidden durability secrets the industry hopes you never find in a single place. Check out my GearHead playbook in the description or the pinned comment below to take the power back and keep your money in your pocket. The second factor that is currently destroying modern car finishes is industrial fallout and acidic etching. While the sun provides the heat, the real damage comes from microscopic metallic particles and chemical pollutants that land on your clear coat. In 2026, with the rise of heavy urban traffic and industrial expansion, your paint is under constant chemical attack. When it rains, these particles react with the moisture to create a mild acid. Because modern clear coats are so porous to allow for degassing during the curing process, this acid seeps deep into the finish. In an old Toyota, the clear coat was hard and closed off. In a new one, it's relatively soft. If you leave bird droppings or tree sap on a 2026 Toyota for more than 48 hours in the summer heat, the chemical reaction will permanently etch the clear coat down to the base metal. This is the carbon debt of modern aesthetics. We want the car to look like a mirror when it's new, but we've traded away the chemical resistance that allowed older cars to survive months of neglect. Let's address the psychological factor of the automated car wash trap. Millions of fathers and families think they're taking care of their Toyota by taking it through the local touchless or brush wash every weekend. As a gearhead, I'm telling you that this is the fastest way to ruin your clear coat. Automated washes rely on two things to get your car clean in 90 seconds: aggressive physical friction or high alkaline chemicals. In the 2026 market, many of these washes use recycled water that is filled with microscopic grit from the previous 10 cars. This creates swirl marks and cobwebbing that act like thousands of tiny knives cutting into the clear coat. Once those scratches are deep enough, moisture and salt can penetrate the clear coat and reach that weak bonding layer I mentioned earlier. This is the definition of undefined risk. You think you are cleaning the car, but you are actually accelerating the delamination process. The controversy deepens when we talk about the ceramic coating myth. Dealerships will happily charge you $1,500 for a ceramic shield that they claim will protect your paint for 7 years. From an engineering standpoint, ceramic coatings are fantastic. They add a layer of silicon dioxide, SiO2, that is harder than the clear coat. However, the brutal truth is that a ceramic coating is only as good as the paint it is bonded to. If your Toyota has the intercoat adhesion flaw found in the 040 white paint, a ceramic coating will not stop the paint from peeling. It will simply make the flakes that fall off look shinier. We are seeing a rise in warranty denials, where owners are told that their paint protection actually trapped heat and caused the delamination. This is a classic case of the aftermarket and the manufacturer pointing fingers at each other, while the consumer is left with a peeling roof and a lighter bank account. The global perspective on this is equally revealing. In markets like Australia and the Middle East, where high UV and high heat are the norm, owners have moved away from traditional waxes entirely and are now using paint protection film or PPF on the leading edges of their vehicles. They know that in 45 degrees Celsius weather, the clear coat is too soft to resist even a small rock chip. Once a chip occurs, the high-pressure air at highway speeds gets under the clear coat and starts the peeling zipper effect. In contrast, in northern climates like Canada or Scandinavia, the salt used on winter roads reacts with the weak primer bonding to cause galvanic corrosion around the edges of the hood and doors. The brutal truth is that modern Toyota paint is a regional liability. You have to maintain it differently depending on whether you are fighting the heat or the salt. So, how do you actually prevent your Toyota clear coat from peeling in 2026? It starts by abandoning the low-maintenance mindset. You have to treat the paint like a mechanical component. This means performing a decontamination wash with an iron remover twice a year to get those acidic particles out of the pores. It means avoiding automated car washes at all costs and sticking to a pH-neutral hand wash. And most importantly, if you have a white Toyota, you need to be hyper-vigilant about rock chips. Every chip is an open door for moisture to attack the primer bond. Using a simple touch-up pen the moment you see a chip can be the difference between a car that looks great at 15 years and one that needs a $5,000 respray at year 6. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Have you experienced the white paint plague on your Toyota? And did the dealership help you, or did they tell you it was your fault? Are you an owner who has reached 200,000 miles with perfect paint? And if so, what is your secret? Let's get a real argument going, because the truth about these finishes isn't found in a brochure. It's found in the real-world experiences of the people who are tired of watching their car's value peel away. we need to hold these manufacturers accountable for the skin of the vehicles we buy, and that starts with sharing the actual data. Now, as I promised at the beginning, I'm going to reveal the one specific chemical event that determines the fate of your clear coat. That event is alkaline swelling. Many cheap automated car washes use high pH pre-soak chemicals to strip away road grime without scrubbing. These chemicals have a pH level as high as 12 or 13. When these high alkaline soaps hit a modern soft clear coat in the summer heat, they actually cause the clear coat to swell and become even more porous. If the wash doesn't properly neutralize that alkalinity with a pH-balanced rinse, the chemicals stay trapped in the pores of the paint. Over time, this breaks down the cross-linking of the clear coat polymers, turning your tough protective layer into a brittle, chalky mess. This is the hidden expiration date of modern paint. It isn't the sun that kills it. It's the high pH soap from the express wash that you thought was saving you time. If you're serious about keeping your car looking new for 300,000 miles and you want to arm yourself against the industry's shift towards disposable aesthetics, knowledge is the only tool that works. Dealerships and car wash chains are banking on your ignorance of pH levels and polymer cross-linking to keep their profits high. Don't let them win. You worked too hard for your car to let it be ruined by a $10 car wash. Arm yourself with the facts, see through the marketing fluff, and remember, in the 2026 market, the most reliable car is the one owned by someone who knows that clean isn't the same as protected. If you appreciate this kind of veteran, fact-driven analysis that refuses to bow to corporate sponsors, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you never miss a deep dive, and check